Unfortunately, sometimes you do have to be your own advocate.
This is something that was always going to happen. I just didn't know when it would happen.
When I say I lost a lot of hair yesterday, this is all from one day.
Day to day, I try to stay positive.
Next, I have to add in my multivitamins.
There's so many times where I just feel so weak and tired.
To go weekly to get the needle changed. So that's what I'm getting ready for right now.
And there were times where I was scared.
Checking my vitals, making sure everything is good to go for us to start chemo. Accessing my port.
I felt like my body was failing and there was nothing I could do.
I am here at the cancer center. I was able to get my feeding tube replaced today.
I have exhausted all lines of treatment that are available to me.
As we know, this was the last line of chemo that was available to me. So what's next at home hospice care?
I see my family watching me. I see them hurting because it is happening to me. I know deep down that it's not in my control. I truly will be without pain. I will have beat cancer.
Hi, I'm Taylor, a producer at The Patient Story. We've interviewed Alyssa about her stomach cancer experience 3 different times. The first was in June of 2024.
It is stage 4.
She was about a year into her diagnosis.
He told me, unfortunately, during the laparoscopy, I took some biopsies and they did come back as cancerous. So it has spread to your peritoneum.
By the second time we interviewed Alyssa, her cancer had progressed, and a blockage prevented her from being able to eat or drink on her own.
Now I've had to watch my body essentially deteriorate before my eyes, and I've lost all my fat, all my muscle. It feels like I don't have much strength, and it's very difficult to see that and not have control.
Now this third time, we hear from Alyssa as she prepares for a new phase, at-home hospice care. This is a real, raw, honest conversation about how she's choosing to spend her time. Here's Alyssa's story in her own words.
I was diagnosed with stomach cancer in May of 2023. Since being diagnosed, I've gone through 38 rounds of chemo, 3 rounds of immunotherapy. I've had my entire stomach, part of my esophagus, both of my ovaries and fallopian tubes removed. I've done a clinical trial. I have also lost my ability to eat or drink anything. I have a complete blockage due to the cancer, and I was on TPN, total parenteral nutrition, for 3 months, and then I transitioned to having a feeding tube, which I've had since March of 2025.
Come sip some coffee with me, except I can't eat or drink anything.
And that's how I receive all of my nutrition and hydration.
And I currently have a blockage that is not allowing anything to exit my esophagus.
I have exhausted all lines of treatment that are available to me. So with the cancer continuing to progress, we have come to the decision to start hospice. So I'm now in hospice at home care.
I'm in such bad pain today. It's been bad since I got up, and
from the beginning, we knew that there were not any curative treatment options available. So we knew at a certain point within this, we would switch to hospice care. We just didn't know how long we had. We knew how many lines of treatment we had available. So my care team and I kind of had that conversation beforehand of, once we exhaust these options, hospice would be something to consider. How it happened is I had some extreme pain in my abdomen, which I had never experienced before.
I'm back at the ER. My pain got worse last night, and I now have some new symptoms. So
It was so severe that I went to the emergency room, and when I was there, of course, they did their workup, did some blood work, scans, and then the scans came back showing that the cancer had continued to progress to other organs.
Please send all the positive vibes and prayers. I'm just hoping that my pain is managed so that I can get some quality sleep.
With hospice, the goal is to manage symptoms and make me as comfortable as possible as I prepare for my final transition here. So, of course, for me, that was a no-brainer. I want to be comfortable. Every day that I'm waking up, I'm like, I saw another day. This is amazing. What am I going to do today? Who am I going to spend time with? And I've been very blessed. I've had a visitor every single day since I've been on hospice, whether that be a friend, a coworker, classmate, just people from different parts of my life have been visiting me every single day. So I just feel covered in love, and I'm enjoying those moments. And then we take pictures and we're creating more memories. Other than that, it really depends on my pain, because I am in a lot of pain. I'm in pain 24/7 now. I can't tell you the last time that I've been without pain. It's at a level where I would say it's tolerable for me, so it's not at the worst. It does spike up, but that's why we have the medications to help with that. But regardless, I'm in pain constantly, and I have to work my days around that because I don't know how I'm going to feel. I feel like I'm at peace with it, knowing that it'll make me as comfortable as possible. And because I've had these conversations with my family, it kind of helped them to be more comfortable with this. I kind of prepped them along the way, like, okay, once we get to this point, it's hospice. And it still felt like, okay, now this is the final chapter. Now we're down to the last days, weeks if we're lucky. So it definitely felt heavy, but I'm grateful for my care team. I'm grateful for my family and friends. Without all that support, I don't think I would be handling it as well. I know that my days are numbered even more than ever before, and I just feel like there's so much that I want to do as far as helping my family and friends. Like, I want to leave videos behind. I want to leave letters behind. I want to write in cards for my son. I'm going to be missing out on a lot of things. So I got cards for his 18th birthday, for his high school graduation. And it's like, I have so many things to fill out and write. Not only that, I'm wanting to create these memories with my family. I'm wanting to enjoy every moment that I have.
Creating memories with her family was a focus for Alyssa before hospice, including the trip of a lifetime with her son.
I had someone reach out to me, and he said that he wanted to gift me something, and he asked me to rank these 10 places in order from where I would want to go to the most to the least. And we met up, and he surprised me with the trip for my son and I.
My friends at booking.com heard about your story, and we want to take you and your son to Japan.
Are you serious?
Yes, everything paid for.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
That just meant everything to me, to have that opportunity to just go out and live life and just step away from everything that's going on, because we've been living in this diagnosis for so long. And even though we try not to, and we try to enjoy our time together, there's no escaping it. It's always there. So in that moment, I did get to escape. I did get to go to another country, something I thought I would never get to do. And I got to do that with my son.
Being able to be here with you and share these memories, this is something that we'll get to cherish forever. And I'm so grateful that you're here with me.
So much on my heart.
The trips, the memories, the impact Alyssa has had is already woven into so many lives. Her legacy is not something in the future. It's already here, living on in every person she has touched, both in person and online.
Something that's been important to me throughout my life is I wanted to leave a positive impact on others in whatever way that may be, whether it be to inspire them to go after their dreams, encouraging them to advocate for themselves, I just wanted to be a person that left some kind of positive impact, even if it's the smallest of things. I just hope that people can think of me and remember that.
Alyssa has documented her life with cancer.
Out of surgery now.
Struggle is still struggling. This right here is how I get my nutrients.
Since her first posts in 2023, millions have watched her story and followed her updates.
I infuse this overnight for 12 hours, and that is how I'm able to keep living right now.
I just felt called to share my symptoms because I thought, this is an unfortunate situation, but how many other people are having these vague symptoms and not getting answers? Maybe by sharing my symptoms, that can encourage someone to push a little harder, to ask for a second opinion.
I had no energy for anything except for work. Come home, sleep, repeat. That's it.
If I can help one person, that will make this all worth it, because as much as it sucks, I don't want it to happen to anyone else. I never thought it was going to be this, but I am grateful that I have been able to reach so many people and hopefully help so many people throughout this. I can't change my situation, I can't change my circumstances, but if I can help one person, that will make this all worth it. They have lifted me up, and some of my deepest struggles, of course, day to day I try to stay positive, but there's so many times where I just feel so weak and tired, and there were times where I was scared. I felt like my body was failing and there was nothing I could do. But then I had these people reminding me of like, no, you are strong. You are doing this. Even though you're struggling, you're in there, and that makes you strong. You coming out and sharing this with the world, that makes you strong.
Even as Alyssa faces what comes next, she continues to show up for everyone around her with unwavering selflessness.
I know deep down that I didn't cause this. I know deep down that it's not in my control. But I still carry that guilt because it's happening to me. I see my family watching me. I see them hurting because it is happening to me. So it's just, I feel like I'm putting them through it, even though I know that I'm not. I know deep down that I'm not. But it's just a guilt that I carry, and I just try to, remind myself, like, it's not in your control. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you did to cause this. And I just try to do little things to try to make myself feel better. Like, one of the things that I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to plan my funeral arrangements, because if I can take that off of their plate, I just feel like that's the greatest gift I can give back to them, at least for right now, because when the time does come, it's going to be heavy. And if they can just focus on grieving and being there for each other and not have to answer a million questions about what would Alyssa want, I think that would be amazing. I've known from a very early age that the only thing we're promised in this life is death. And so this is something that was always going to happen. I just didn't know when it would happen, didn't know how it would happen, and I still don't, because anything can happen in the next couple of days. We never know. It's a very normal thing. It's something that's going to happen to all of us. I truly will be without pain. I will have beat cancer. I will be done with it. They won't have to watch me suffer anymore. And those are great things to be looking forward to. And also, in the next life, I don't know what the next life looks like, but I just know that it will be even more beautiful than I could ever imagine. And I know that I will be at peace.
I had to sign a do not resuscitate. Even though I knew I was starting hospice, I wasn't expecting to sign a do not resuscitate. I just didn't think about it, so that kind of hit me hard. They had to talk to my son about what to do if he finds me, which I hadn't thought about before, but my son is the main person who is home with me. We're together pretty much all the time.
I am so grateful that I do have a voice and that I'm able to share this, and I was able to get on this platform and share what my symptoms were. I was able to share a follow-up after we did this trial that we were hoping would find us a cure. It did not. And so now transitioning into hospice and preparing for that final transition, I'm so grateful that I have this opportunity to be here still to share this, because that's not always the case. You know, initially my prognosis was 2 to 11 months. That's not a lot of time, but here we are 2.5 years later. I'm so grateful for that extra time. I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to share what I've been going through. I feel like that's me, you know, showing how grateful I am. I didn't just live it. I was like, okay, I'm going to do something meaningful with this time. I'm going to try to help others. And even now, like, yeah, even though I'm getting so close to that transition and people are asking if I'm scared, I'm not scared.
Thank you, Alyssa, for having the courage to not only share your story with us, but with so many others. You are truly an inspiration. If you're interested in hearing Alyssa's first symptoms and her path to diagnosis, we've queued up her first story here. Her second one can be found here. And please remember to subscribe here to the patient story to become a part of our community. And always remember, you're not alone.